surprise an NFL fan with a gift that comes from the heart. This season, give the NFL fan in your life something.
Does anyone remember Hamza? He's pretty much a self-improvement guru, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars selling courses to children, and he's fallen off. You can see this through his views, you can see this through his videos where he's very vindictive, hateful, that people have talked bad about him. And this video is going to be a quick analysis about how to handle hate and how to do it the right way and how to do it the wrong way.
Hamza's inability to notice his own faults and biases.
My inability to notice my own faults and biases. If you watched a few of my videos, do you think I have an inability to notice my own faults and biases? I would say I'm way more self-aware.
And this all starts with his most recent video where he's whining, complaining like a pussy little bitch because he can't handle the hate. So everything he does is out of vindictiveness.
Vindictiveness is the strong tendency or desire to seek revenge and inflict harm on someone perceived to have done you wrong.
And they've made 2 videos about me damaging my reputation and attacking my family business. I just got a text from my dad. I'll read it out to you actually. Mortgage paid off. The bank's name removed. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Proud of you. I've worked so hard on this business to help my family. I retired my dad.
My parents have butt-fucked me unconsensually, so everything I'm going to say afterwards comes from my heart, not my anus. And what you need to realize is he's already using manipulative tactics, trying to appeal to your emotions because that is the most effective way to sway an audience. But let's do a little bit of analysis towards his character. There is this weird pressure in his head that he must be seen.
Yeah, I used to watch Hamza.
He must be seen as someone who is trustworthy.
Adonis.
So
I used to watch him. He was like,
sounds good. You don't have
he was like the lock-in YouTuber. I don't know how to explain it. He was like that one YouTuber. He was like lock-in. And then I saw Andrew Tate, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm locked in. And then I found out that he beats women on camera on Big Brother. Looked that up. And I'm like, okay, I'm not locked in. And then I looked at his course, and only like the most money someone's ever made from his course is like $20,000 in a year, which is at the cheapest $50 a month. If not, if you sign in today, it's probably around $250 a month. And that guy made $20,000, and he's been in it since it came out. And that was the most money someone's ever made from Hustlers University. So you know what I say to that? I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably just be a broke boy. I want a job, I do. And I will get one. But there are no jobs open anymore, unfortunately, or at least around me. I'll find a job, though. I'm sure I will. Hamza is one of those locked-in YouTubers, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't really watch him no more.
2 million subscribers.
I watched him in high school when I needed emotional help. And when he was like, lock in, do all this stuff, and you'll become better, I did it, and I was still fat, so I got nothing.
But I really think, like, once you mature and, like, your prefrontal cortex develops, you realize, bro, you can make videos being, like, a hater on the internet, but you can also make videos being, like, a sweet person and helping people as well. And so you may as well just choose the one which, like, promotes you to have a better life.
Yeah, he never wears a shirt for some reason. This dude is weird.
Pronouns in bio that tells you all you need. New Soy Jack just dropped. Never thought I'd see a lesbian chipmunk, but here we are.
By the way, that clip was not taken out of context. It was literally 2 weeks ago. So he's telling people to be a positive person, and then he's also making fun of someone for being overweight. Shouldn't you be highlighting their journey to improving them as a person?
I was drinking water and kissing my cross. Is that bad? Thank you, Jesus. I got crucifixes in every room, bro. Even my room. I'm damn near the front door right now, and I got a crucifix. I keep the lights on at night, too. I want to see what's going to kill me. Protect myself with that cross.
Their entire channel is what's called a faceless channel. They've never shown their faces. They've always hidden themselves. And I found out what they look like. And since then, they have been begging me not to show you what they look like. They're upset at me now because I've revealed who it is behind all these hate videos. Look at them. Now when I'm lighting the heat underneath them.
If they were trying to be private and anonymous, wouldn't it be the good thing to respect their decisions as a human being? Because if you don't respect people's decisions, then all you are is unconsensually fucking raping them. And
Here he
this
is.
a kind of joke because
It's right there.
they're not hiding their faces. That's how we found those images so easily. And also, here's internet anarchist, the guy beefing with Hamza. Here's his face. Fuck internet anarchist. I'm kidding. I interviewed the person with his face cam on. It was that easy, right? He's not trying. Also, here's internet anarchist, the guy beefing with Hamza. Here's his face. Fuck internet anarchist. I'm kidding. I interviewed the person with his face cam on. It was that easy, right? He's not trying to hide anything. He just made it up to seem like what he's doing is this giant, big, fucking power move. But his face is right here. But it's not that big of a deal.
Send you the box, send you the flyer, send you the phone. I got a free Apple iPhone 7 Plus with no monthly bill. Go ahead and hatch it.
And additionally, it's just formats based on a video. This is YouTuber talk, but my format is my beautiful face. His format is his hairy face, and Anarchist is all about the animations. There are YouTubers that are locked into their format. So obviously he doesn't show his face, but he's not scared of it. Why would he be? It doesn't even make sense. And if he did do enough research, he would know that Internet Anarchist lost a lot of weight. That's something worth celebrating for.
I used to be obese making YouTube videos. Wow. And I lost over 30 kilograms of weight. I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's
like
a
60.
good amount of weight.
Yeah, it's around like 60.
Yeah.
But again, it literally doesn't matter to Hamza because that is not his goal. He's just trying to maintain the audience he has already created because he's losing subscribers. He's not gaining
Those
anything.
UK accents
More or
are
less,
fucking
he's trying
weird.
to retain what he
Y'all
is.
ever eaten
Those
UK
guys are
food?
trying
I'm
to
scared to. It
stand
looks
up
gross.
because, look at his fucking videos. They're all hypocritical. In the span of 2 weeks, he'll say one thing, then do the exact opposite. And
Oh, man.
it's very schizophrenic.
Sorry,
So,
Jesus.
Hamza is
Sorry,
blaming
God.
other people for making hate videos, but are they even hate videos or are they good
Where are they
critiques?
at?
But he's trying
Oh, he's
to
over here.
point the flaws of
See
others
ya.
as a way to
I see
avoid
him.
looking into the mirror and realizing he himself is the flaw.
See over
Because
here?
I lie in every single one of my videos. At some point, there will be a mountain of hypocrisy, and there's no incentive for me to continue watching you unless I am a dumb, stupid teenager, young adult, or
You're
even a
broke.
third world
You're
idiot.
fucking poor.
And that's the majority of Hamza's audience. They're stupid as shit. Like, no, dude, I watched 2 videos. This video took
No.
effort to do any research in because it's that
You
easy
son of
to
a
point
bitch.
out how flawed he is as a person.
I would say I'm way more self-aware than like average. He says it like it's just a fact. Hamza's inability to notice his own faults and biases, but it's not true. I notice my own faults and biases very well. I know like all the criticisms people have of me because I knew them in myself even earlier than someone had ever said them to me before.
Now, I want to ask you this. Do you think his dad actually texted him, "Oh, thank you so much for paying up my mortgage," whilst he was recording that video or even recently? Fuck no. He just made it up. That guy is the king of making shit up.
And these guys, I swear to God, they had the audacity to on Instagram. They randomly just sent me a picture.
Oh yeah, I stopped watching Hamza after I found Andrew Tate, but one of the weirdest things he bragged about was like, Hamza basically said on camera, he was talking about like, I forgot what it was, but there's a video where like out of nowhere he said, I've slept with like other people's girlfriends like 13 times a month. And then he was saying that because he was making fun of people who don't try not to get laid. And honestly, I can't afford kids right now. Fuck that. I don't want kids. I don't want a wife. I don't want none of that, bro. Because they be cheating out here. You see them every day, except for foreign countries. Foreign country women, they don't really, especially not Middle East, Eastern Europe or Northern Asia, kind of. Those girls are They are very, very faithful women, spiritually as well. I'm not saying I'll fly to Europe just to get a girlfriend, but you get my point. Women out here are like, you not a man unless you doing this. Oh man, you not a man. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go with the black dude tonight. Don't text me. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And this dude was sitting here talking about some. I slept with like 13 women that isn't his in a year, and I'm like, the fuck is that to brag about, bro? That's adultery. You go to hell for that if you don't pray. And I understand that some Christians believe you could get away with whatever, but honestly, I'd feel too guilty to sit here and say that that's not a sin. It is a sin, bro. You have to say sorry. It's true that you can go to heaven if you believe in Jesus, but more importantly, you have to repent for your sins. Then you can believe in Jesus. It's not how I was taught, but that's how the book goes, man. I don't know. Hamza just like sounds like an asshole thing to do, especially if you did get cheated on like me. Reminds me of, like, imagine that dude. Hell no. You ain't getting me, bitch. Never. Oh yeah, you saw that one King Von song? That was so funny. There's a song that King Von made. He was like, and that's one thing I never did, yup. And that's love a bitch, yup. It's fire.
Of them in a car, like in like some fancy supercar, like to try and like flex on me and to say like, oh, like, you know, yeah, like I'm so successful. Like how fucking cringe and heartless is that?
Internet anarchist, that was kind of a dick move, but that was a lie. Hamza made that entire interaction up. Here's a message of him letting him know that wasn't him. That wasn't him. Some random fucking guy was just flexing on Hamza. Or another theory, he opened up a website and just made up the entire interaction to fulfill the story that internet anarchists, these random internet commentators, are the villain, and he's the little victim. Oh my god, they're attacking me and my family. Remember, he's trying to emotionally anchor you. He's trying to put yourself in his position. Your family's being attacked. These successful people are ganging up on him.
Let's get
But
it.
none of that is the case. You're just making shit up. But if you watch that video without any context, it's like, yeah, he makes a very good point. And that's the entire existence of Hamza. He'll make one video that makes a lot of sense, but then the next video, it contradicts everything. But that video also makes a lot of sense. He's constantly changing his mind to fit the current narrative. And there's a word for that. Grifter.
A grifter is a dishonest person who obtains money or property through fraud, trickery, or manipulation, often through deception or false pretenses.
He's a fucking grifter. Does he hold any real beliefs? Absolutely not. And I could give him the benefit of the doubt that he's constantly changing, learning, growing as a person. But if you are changing your mind so quickly and so often, that just means you're a fucking liar. You don't get the luxury to say that you've changed
Let's
your
go.
mind. You're just actively lying to
God
make
is
yourself
good.
seem like a better person. And this is great for short-term growth. That's why he's so popular. But it will stagnate. This applies in real life, not just in business and YouTube. But if you're someone that cannot be reliable, why would anyone stick with you long term? And it's not me
Sorry,
who says
Jesus.
that, but it's how the world works.
Hey, I got a gun.
Look at success. It's completely
It's the same gun.
because people are realizing this guy is not a person who changes his mind, but he's a fucking
Yeah, they're both
liar.
over here.
And nobody likes to follow a liar.
I really think you need to be careful about the stories that you tell yourself about things.
Is he over here?
You say a lot of stuff with conviction, which I appreciate, but you need to fact check your uncertainty as much as possible. Because if you're smart, you can make yourself believe things, right? It's one of the problems of being clever. One of the issues of being clever is that you can convince yourself of stuff that isn't true.
These are small little things everyone can easily pick up, especially if your whole audience is someone who's trying to be smarter.
Jesus be
better
with
than
me. I'm
who they
sorry,
previously
Jesus.
were. And if that is
Sorry,
true,
God.
they're going to also call you out on your bullshit, which there's a lot, right? And one little tidbit. He does collabs with, big influencers, and that's awesome. Good for him. But I think it's very funny how he likes to portray himself as a leader, but every single time he does do an interview or collab, it's the people he's talking to that always gives him advice. He never gives advice to anyone because it shows a little bit of where his psychology is at. He knows he's a fraud. It's this constant need to lie. Hey, buddy, if you're giving everyone advice, why not give advice to your co-host or the people you're collabing with? He won't, because he knows his place, which is beneath people. But, you know, this is high IQ talk, which a lot of people won't get. Thank you for watching. Join the Patreon. Also, if you guys...
Dude, what is it with this shit? There we go.
This is the new iPhone 17 Pro in a mouse case. Here we go. Oh, that's so hot.
I got the 16 Pro.
One of the most influential figures in the YouTube self-help community. So much
17. No, I got the 16 Pro Max. I didn't get no terabyte though. I got the 260 gig, which is boss. Because I can download Crunchyroll videos, apps.
This isn't a good look, Hamza. This isn't a good look, Hamza. Oh, Hamza. What you tell Hamza? Anime's okay. Moderation is key. Go yourself. Moderation is key.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be going over the unsettling downfall of one of YouTube's biggest
I like that sniper. I want to play with it again.
How fame,
Yes.
status, and
Thank you,
success
Jesus.
fueled Hamza's growing ego, and what this means for the followers who see his words as law and treat
Let's
it
see.
like a deity. Back in
Peek, bitch.
2022, I
Peek,
uploaded
I
a
dare
video
you. Oh, he's
covering
over here.
Hamza's rise to the top of the YouTube algorithm. In a
Is he
nutshell,
over here?
Hamza built his brand by showcasing the intimate aspects of his self-improvement journey
No.
and offering young men guidance on how
Is
to
he over there?
improve themselves too. With valuable videos on topics like fitness, relationships, and
pistol.
making money, Hamza
He's up there, I
rapidly carved out
think.
a dedicated fan base that looked forward to every
he's not.
upload. While this might seem straightforward, the
He's up
complexity
there.
lies in Hamza's ability to be honest and transparent with his viewers, no matter the topic.
Is your future self thinking, I wish you just stopped watching all of these self-improvement videos and actually took action to better your life?
Hamza would gradually transform his close connection with viewers into a cult
I did it.
dedicated to
I
pushing
missed, though.
members to fulfill their potential. As you would imagine, Hamza proudly assumed leadership of said cult.
That's how cults work. That is precisely how cults work. That you have this leader, the leader's word cannot be questioned, all of the followers that get co-opted in, they all just believe because you're supposed to believe.
Have you seen my Instagram bio?
No, what's it say?
I've just changed as a cult leader.
The cult's mission would be based on members trying to emulate the fictional figure Hamza created, called Adonis.
This cult of young men that you see before you is all about taking responsibility. We strive to become more like Adonis. He's successful.
Oh yeah, I remember this Adonis
He
shit.
acknowledges his weaknesses. There
I
are
like
5
this gold
virtues of
camo, it's
Adonis:
fire.
discipline, humility, presence, gratitude, and leadership.
Keep these 5 values of Adonis in mind, as they'll become very important later. For now, Hamza would contrast the shining image of Adonis with a lesser figure dubbed Jeffrey, the embodiment of everything Hamza believed him and should be.
Jeffrey is the average guy. He's overweight, lazy, and undisciplined. He got average grades in school. He works an average job that he doesn't like. He doesn't attract the kind of women that he wants. He lives a mediocre life. Jeffrey
But what
hears
if you're
about
like me and you don't
self-improvement,
hit on women,
exercise,
period,
and
because you're
improving
fat
the
as
body
fuck?
proud of. He hears about meditation,
Can't get
gratitude
rejected
journaling,
now, can you?
learning, and Jeffrey refuses to do any of it. He spends his days playing video games, jacking off to messed up and eating junk food. What a disgrace.
This dynamic would become
Such a
the premise behind
disgrace.
many of Hamza's subsequent videos.
Got him. You work a normal job that you're not happy with? You don't like working? Oh no. You work an office job like everyone else? No, no.
Adonis dynamic was a good way for Hamza to highlight traits viewers should aspire to. It would also prove to be overly simplistic and lacked nuanced explanation of what it takes to truly become a successful individual. However, this wouldn't stop Hamza's movement from rapidly spreading across the internet. From late 2022 to early 2023, Hamza would triple the sub count on his main channel, growing from 500k to over 1.5 million. Hamza's open and honest approach to self-improvement content allowed him to build a massive community eager to follow his prescribed roadmap to success. Sadly, no one could have anticipated how much Hamza would change after becoming somewhat of a successful figure, as he began to reveal a dark side of himself no one had seen before. On the 16th of September 2022, Hamza published a stream highlight to his second channel titled Hamza Explodes on Anime Profile Pictures, and as the title suggests, the video was meant to ridicule individuals he felt were negatively impacting his audience.
Stop trying to negatively affect me. Stop trying to negatively affect my boys here. If you play video games, if you watch anime, keep your mouth shut. They come in here and anime's fine, a video just 1 hour. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Oh, you play it, okay, fine. You play it, fine. Don't come in here and try and change my mind. Don't come in here and try and tell my boys to stop playing video games.
Hamza's rage would become even more heated as he commented on videos that were critical of his stance on self-improvement, and claimed the videos were coming from the same people who promoted anime and video games in chat.
For real. I like anime and games. I'm playing a game right now. Trying to watch Demon Slayer.
I watch them and I'm just thinking, how they're saying that I'm a bad person because I'm too strict on self-improvement. How am I a bad person from expecting better from my young boys? I see their critical videos about me all the time. You can go and search like Hamza's wrong on YouTube. These amount of motherfuckers who've made videos saying, oh, well, Hamza doesn't even know what he's talking. He's just a young guy. 1 hour video games isn't going to hurt you.
Although consuming most forms of entertainment in moderation wouldn't derail someone's self-improvement journey, Hamza was determined to make his viewers think that any attempt at relaxation would put them behind in life.
You already understand life works like a race of men. Any of these pussies who tell you that they're not competing against the rest of us is fucking lying. You're in competition with me. If you slow down to play 1 hour video games, I'll fuck your future wife, bro. If you watch anime, guess what I'll do to you? You're gonna let me run past you in this race, bro? Are you honestly gonna... If you're on self-improvement, you should be thinking, bro, fuck Hamza. I'm gonna make sure that motherfucker's not running faster than me. Good. Me and you will be worthy competitors.
One could argue that Hamza's words were coming from a place of tough love, but if that was...
Whatever your style,
I can't throw a
someone
sticky.
wants it on Depop. Sell your clothes with no selling fees. Depop
This
does
pistol
resell
is
better.
good. I like this pistol.
Sell on Depop.
Is this the triple burst pistol? Yeah, he was. Yeah, you even heard him on there. He's like, "Oh, you think you need to compete with me? I'm fucking your future wife." Ha ha ha.
Case, then why did he convey it in such a condescending fashion? What was the logic of
You know how many men nowadays don't date because of bullshit like that?
Although the overall response to these comments was positive, some viewers
Bro, the
recognized
birth
Hamza's
rates are
fault
down
reasoning
because ain't nobody fucking with you.
Can't be only me who thinks
Bitch.
that Hamza is now seeing everything as black and white, as well as, nah, I'm starting to think this isn't self-improvement anymore. This is more like, become like Hamza.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't be the only place Hamza expressed some unconventional views of what it meant to be masculine, as he'd make similar comments during his short form uploads.
This is gonna sound weird. You need to be hit in the face. As a young man, you need to be hit in the face consistently. Trust me when I say that greatly improves your character. When you are under some kind of threat of violence, you become present, you become focused. All of those bullshit thoughts in your mind, those insecure thoughts, disappear. Suddenly, should you in the real world versus this other mat, and your objective is to...
By the 19th of September 2022, Hamza
Yes,
acknowledged
this
the
gun.
impact live streaming was having on his channel and asked his viewers for advice on what direction to take the channel.
Shit.
Live streaming has been like the most
It's heading this way.
intimidating part of my work that I've ever had.
I think he's in that tube.
A little bit fearful that it's kind of tainting my character and my
Got him.
brand image of like, being more like Adonis and peaceful, because naturally in this state of like this hyperactive chat and you get into the emotional, the rants and everything, which perform better on live streams.
The best answer to Hamza's question would come in the form of a comment.
Ooh, that hurts.
Criticism is due to you doing the opposite of what Hamza a year ago would have
That
done.
hurts.
The sudden switch in content is strange for your viewers. You are a completely different person now. Just don't forget how you started, bro. Build your brand, do your thing. Just don't expect to retain your original audience because you told them to get off YouTube.
This game is fun.
Low return on investment live streams like this one. Despite the obvious drawbacks,
What time is it? 10:30 p.m.
while masking it as self-improvement.
I like this one too.
I just went on a little rant then, talking about, you know, fun being bad for us and stuff. And this anime profile picture motherfucker just came into the chat and said, "Forgive us for having fun, Hamza." Just went on a little rant that is bad for you. And this anime profile picture motherfucker just came in and said, "Forgive us for having fun, Hamza."
Hamza had gone beyond providing well-meaning advice.
I have an anime profile picture. I do.
Naturally, Hamza's viewers
My name is Shikamaru Nara.
like into stream to be something Sneeko would make, with comments reading, "I love watching you, Sneeko. Thanks for another entertaining live stream." As well as, to watch actual useful content and to maybe get some insight, not to watch mindless rants in a car. Since Hamza has started
This gun doesn't work on this map.
quality on the channel has taken a massive hit. Berating viewers for straying from
I think you just peek right here and you get kills, right?
Hamza loses cool on
Shit.
stream. The other one was when anyone questioned his masculinity.
You speaking about how masculine you are, Mr. Dryad in the Sahara Desert. Aravind Nair. Yeah, I think you should date her, bro. You seem like the champion who knows about girls better than I do, bro.
Hamza would take things a step further by starting a very heated exchange with a random viewer and to asking for his Discord username.
Aravind, what's your Discord, mate? Let's get you on a Discord call, bro. Let's see you flirt with her. Yeah, Aravind, what's your name? Aravind Nair. So this guy keeps leaving fucking hateful comments in this stream so far, calling me cringe, saying that I'm drying her up and stuff. Okay, Aravind.
Let me put y'all on game. You know why women reject dudes in public and not in private? It's because they want to live their lives, because they want to have love too, but they want to live their lives without being called a whore every 5 seconds. So I don't ask girls out, because obviously I'm not really the best for the thing, and honestly I'm tired of dating, but when I did, I had the mindset of you can't do this shit in public. You have to like be on the hunt like a tiger, like a prey. Sounds manipulative and kind of like an asshole, but it's better than texting her on a DM. That's creepy as fuck. You just call her on Discord every once in a while. And that's if she likes you. If she doesn't, then fuck it. Fuck that bitch. But yeah, you have to keep that mindset, because that's what women live with. They don't want to have chances for freedom too, like men do. But like I said, they have a lot of female friends around them, especially in high school when all the drama's going on in their lives. They can't be living like hoes. But everyone knows they some hoes.
Nair, drop your Discord. We'll hop onto a Discord call with you right now and we'll see your flirting game.
For the next
Bro, nobody gives
minutes,
a
Hamza
fuck.
repeatedly asked for the viewer's Discord name,
Yeah.
taking every opportunity to make fun of him.
Your Discord, Aravind, come on. Boys, if Aravind doesn't come onto the call with me, I'm just going to end the live stream, man. He's made me sad. We need him. Everyone spam him and make sure he comes onto a video call with us. Aravind, come on, man. We want to hear about how you flirt, because clearly you're better than me.
Hamza's facade of confidence was slowly giving way to...
She's lying, but for a good reason. He's falling for her, unaware that she's his celebrity crush.
Whatever, dude.
But it seemed he was too far gone to notice, which escalated things even further.
Shit, I missed.
Orton donated $2. Aravind, do it, bro. I'll spar you as well. Showing off your girl is so insecure. Self-improvement is masturbation. All you do is tell others to fix their lives while you're a kid yourself. Me and you should have a discussion, bro. Aravind, Discord call right now, bro. It'll be entertaining.
For the rest of the video, Hamza...
Bro, someone says something like that, I feel like Hamza is the type of dude to get on Discord and like talk over you for like 5 seconds straight trying to make a point, like some fucking lesbian liberal that says Trump is a Nazi or some shit. Trump is literally a Nazi. He's a Nazi. He needs to be canceled. Nazi, 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 Nazi. Am I a Nazi? Let's be honest, little bitch. Am I a Nazi? Or are you fucking this country up? Let me know.
balance between trying to justify his actions by
You support abortions, dude. You support Plan B. You're a literal baby killer. You kill babies. You eat babies, John Marston. You eat babies.
You know, hop onto the Discord call so we can just make fun of him, and you know he'll come in and he'll start stuttering, and you know he'll just be weird, you know, apologize.
Let's get it.
You can truly tell what kind of person like a man is, what kind of comments they leave.
And deflecting any criticism thrown his way by demanding a fight.
Aravind Nair, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I make money actually helping others, not just spouting the same bullshit to a fatherless audience. Aravind, you're pissing off a lot of people here, Aravind. I think there's like 20 people that would want to fight you.
Even though Hamza couldn't see the mistakes he was making, a significant portion of his audience did, and they were very disappointed, with comments reading, Hamza's life has taken a left turn. It's sad to see. Hope him the best and hope he recovers from being a Jeffrey. Real title, Hamza being a Jeffrey versus Jeffrey. As well as, this video will be a reminder not to let my ego take a hold of me. Eventually, Hamza would put it
I don't think Hamza has an ego. I feel like if you're powerful, you should need an ego. You need confidence, because otherwise you're gonna sound like some dude without some bass in his voice. Imagine like a king, like a warrior, being like from old times. They'd be like, I think I need orange juice. I need to stay healthy. Drink some beers, do some push-ups. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, ego is important. Having an ego is not a bad thing, because a lot of successful people have egos. Or at least I think so. I listen to funk music so I can boost my confidence. I just think I'm a badass at everything.
Content production machine that we had here, this huge team.
Okay.
7 video editors and TikTok guys and sales guys and Twitter guys, and I let every single one, including Sam Carbonator, my best friend who's worked for me for over 2 years.
Wow, you said his name out loud too.
The drastic change to the channel was a byproduct of outgrowing the influencer lifestyle, and in pursuit of his personal development.
My new layer of my purpose for me to focus on is my own development as a man.
Yes, this camera.
I no longer care about being a YouTuber or an influencer or a celebrity or a man with fame or anything like that.
Surprisingly, Hamza would set his sights on a far more arduous path.
See you up there.
Becoming a fighter.
And the angle that is currently fixated on my mind, my heart, and my soul is fighting, competition, martial arts. That's what I'm throwing myself into fully.
While becoming a fighter was Hamza's new direction in life, he still maintained the need to share helpful advice and personal experiences with his audience.
What I do still have some positive feeling about is the beauty of passing knowledge to each other. I no longer want to see this as a YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow. I want to see this as me genuinely just sitting down, turning the camera on when I have some actually like really valuable knowledge to give to you, some really valuable.
From the outside looking in, it seemed Hamza had gotten over his egotistical side and was trying to realign his life with a higher purpose. This was the type of change viewers were looking for, as the comment section was flooded with positive messages encouraging Hamza on his latest endeavor. Reading, "We must move on and share the knowledge of self-improvement to other young men. Thank you, Hamza." As well as, "Damn dude, you left a hell of a legacy. You are a legend among men. And I know you're going to succeed in your next purpose. Godspeed, brother." And another comment foreshadowing what was going to happen. The next few guides were some of the best Hamza stuff ever, and it was downhill from there. By the following week, Hamza kept to his promise and uploaded an hour-long guide on how his viewers could find purpose in their life. Even though the value derived from the video was subjective, it was a step in the right direction and showed Hamza was committed to improving himself.
Today we're going to cover how purpose works as a masculine man, and my intention with this, my hope is that by the end of this video you will be convinced that this is the only way to live.
All Hamza had to do
Only way to live, right?
keep his ego in check, deliver high high-quality content whenever he uploaded, and followed through on becoming
What
a
if you
fighter.
can't live?
Practically, Hamza would fall short
Hmm?
on almost all these expectations, and seemingly betray every core value.
Some of the audience can't live.
Around a month after Hamza
That's why they
announced
need
his
you
decision to
for
drop
advice,
content creation
Hamza.
and
And
become
you
a fighter,
failed.
he seemingly returned to a frequent
Andrew
upload
Tate
schedule.
did better,
While the
and he's a
videos had
fucking
trended
cam
on
girl
internet
seller.
and were fairly long, you wouldn't
Let's get
see
it.
Hamza start uploading again after claiming he was no longer interested in being a YouTuber. Stranger still, Hamza doubled down on the business side of his platform with the launch of Adonis Academy, a monthly membership that offered him
Oh yeah, y'all, I'm actually saving up for a gaming PC as well. I forgot to tell you.
That's why I've started it, and it's something that I'm like selling. So it's like, you know, if you don't want to spend money, you can click away. No, absolutely no problem.
Shit.
My videos are still free. The Discord server's still there, and
Here we go.
Simply upload your videos to CapCut, and it will
Got
automatically
'em.
recognize the voiceover in your videos. And
the major selling point for Hamza's new community was
Headshot,
three-way
one hit
calls
kill.
that allowed members to ask for advice on topics like health, wealth, and relationships.
Black Ops 7, I don't care. I'd rather buy that than Battlefield 6. When you get hit in Black Ops 7, you see the life come out of that person. You see the eyes roll back in their head if you get killed in that game.
Hamza was taking his time directly
But I'm not
engaging
buying it.
mentor members.
What I'm going to tell you right now,
I'm getting a gaming PC. I'm saving up $2,000 to get one. Almost there. Kinda, not really.
I want to be more of like a teacher where we actually have like more of like a communication together.
To sweeten the deal, Hamza would also include other perks, like access to his previous $400 courses, exclusive meetups in the UK, and to dedicated video lessons, all for $99 a month.
It will be $99 a month, which is a recurring membership. So every month it'll be $99. This is usually where like the salesmen and stuff, they'll try and justify the price and they'll tell you like, oh yeah, but it is worth it because of this. But no. Like literally, it's $99 a month. It's a recurring membership. The top link in the description, you can go check out. Go click that right now. I'm not going to try and like justify it to you.
Even though a majority of fans were thrilled to be a part of Hamza's new direction for the channel, there were also those who were still curious about what happened to his fighter career. By the 1st of June 2023, Hamza would publish a video explaining why becoming a fighter was no longer his purpose, and the reason he was more focused on making more money.
So a few months ago, I posted a video saying that I had
Money.
fulfilled my purpose. And
Money
I was
is
gonna
good.
Go into the mountains to go train.
Money is very good.
And I still receive comments of why I didn't do that. Oh, Hamza, I thought you were going to become a fighter. Now, I explained in a video already, but I put it in it was like 2 hours into the video, so a lot of people didn't see it. So I just wanted to explain it here because I still see comments about it.
Hamza would go on to state that after the first day at the fight camp, he felt the experience, quote, didn't feel authentic.
And I just asked myself a question, is this authentic?
Oh, come the
Is
fuck
this
on.
genuinely where I want
Get
to
him.
be, what I want
Damn
to
it.
focus on? Or, just be honest, are you here right now because it'll get you validation from people online?
It's worth remembering that no one asked Hamza to become a fighter. In fact, he chose that path because he assumed it would be a masculine thing to do. And at the time, he didn't sound like he was trying to impress anyone. After all, he fired his entire team and told viewers he was no longer interested in vanity metrics like subscribers or ad revenue. Hamza had always been the type of creator that spoke about things with conviction and a black and white mentality. But after going against his own standards, he decides it's time to move the goalpost.
But I realize that you can't live a life of inauthenticity. If there's something that you genuinely feel as a man that you should be doing, which is right for you, and you don't do that because something else might get you more validation from the people around you, you live this shallow life based on these internet comments.
In an effort to justify this decision, Hamza claimed his true fans would gladly jump at the product he was selling, and that any critique for said product was coming from Jeffries.
A bunch of your real true fans who are looking and thinking, wait, he's just released something which I could buy and I could probably get closer to him or I could learn more from him. That's awesome. And these are your like proper true fans, and so they'll buy anything or they'll look at it and be like, oh man, I can't afford it, but that is awesome. I wish I could afford it. But there's like a 0.1, like the lone like little corner of Jeffries where they just get agitated when you're making money.
For the rest of the video, Hamza would present his move to teach selling courses as the best way to help his male audience. However, was Hamza truly equipped to lecture people on how to be business owners, or was he simply going to sell viewers on a dream and tell them to copy his formula of selling self-improvement courses?
The idea is like, you learn how to make a community which you get paid for. You bring people who have got similar interests together. Because I genuinely think, by the way, I'll just give you a random tip. I genuinely think that there's one business model which is the best right now, like possible, and it's private communities.
At the end of the day, Hamza was free to take his channel in any direction he saw fit. However, this change in mentality would mark the beginning of a very turbulent time in Hamza's community, as the focus shifted away from what was best for men, more towards what Hamza thought was best. By October 2023, Hamza would announce a new chapter in his life, of starting a family.
Moved into the rural mountains of Scotland with my woman, and soon we're gonna buy a home and we're gonna have children. I'm gonna move up my family here. I'm gonna move up like families that I love, and I'm gonna create this dream into a reality. But basically, I'm starting the fatherhood chapter of my life.
Hamza was so convicted that this was the right decision to take things that he would change his channel description to reflect it, with the description reading, "Preparing to be a father." Unfortunately, similar to his previous life-altering plans, Hamza wouldn't follow through with it, and decided to go for the easier option. In a now-deleted video, Hamza would describe how a date with a Russian woman changed his perspective on Western women.
I'm sat here with this genuinely, like, beautiful, but also very, very intelligent-based, sophisticated, classy young woman. Like, very impressive. That's what I'll say. It's very, very impressive.
Naturally, Hamza's viewers wondered why he was going on another path when he just announced the fatherhood chapter of his life, and it wouldn't be long before they got an answer.
Oh, was it made up too?
My ex split up is because we did this little exercise together where I told her to sit down and to write down her goals and the season of life that she wanted to get into. So both of us had our laptops out and we wrote about, okay, for the next few months, what kind of life do we want to live?
Hamza went on to explain that him and his ex-girlfriend
So stuffy.
wanted to go on separate paths in life that weren't compatible.
But she saw it, and I'm not gonna lie, like I could see how like offended she was, where she was quite like pressuring. She was like, "Wait, you want to do this? Oh, you want to do that? You want to stay up late, but that's unhealthy." And I understood, you know, it is fair enough. What I'm saying is like, oh yeah, like I kind of want to be a little bit more sleep deprived, and she just couldn't really see that this was like me just being authentic, that this was the life I wanted to live. So there was quite a lot of like judgment from her, and when I saw that judgment, I thought, yeah, like maybe we're not actually compatible for the next season.
As you'd expect, Hamza's audience wasn't very pleased with his indecisive attitude and constantly changing opinions, with comments reading, "What I learned from this video is that I wouldn't take advice from Hamza on maintaining long-term relationships," as well as, "You promised her the world, but you couldn't even keep your word. You were the problem here, mate. This guy changes his opinions every month." Making bold claims to his audience and immediately going back on his word or changing his opinion was
What y'all think about Hamza? You ever watch him before? I watched him when I was in high school.
finding a quote high-quality woman and settled down. But now that he was faced with this new reality, he backed out, and his other opinions on men dedicated themselves to improving their minds and body gave way to telling men to make as much money as possible by paying for a membership. Speaking of which, by
I'm sitting crisscross on this beanbag. This beanbag chair. I love the beanbag chair. What's a triple? Get that bitch.
One morning, Hamza posted something that would cause mass panic among the members. He said by the end of the day, he would be kicking over 100 low-contributing members. Now keep in mind, some of these people paid $500 to join and were being threatened by the ban hammer. Although it seems Hamza was gauging the price people were willing to pay and then kicking those who got in at a lower price.
To add insult to injury, Hamza would end up kicking everyone out of the community anyway.
As just 2 weeks later, he disbanded the school as a whole, wasting all of our time and money, just to reopen it and charge a $500 one-time entry fee.
Dante went on to elaborate on his time in Hamza Academy in an interview with a creator named Regan Nice.
So I can't comment too much on it because I'm not a member of his community, so I'm just going to put that out there. But I've had, at this point, about 30 people reach out to me who were ex-members, and they said a lot of the stuff along the lines of they joined, and they found that the information that was on the group was stuff that they could easily find online for free. Would you say that is accurate?
Those people are absolutely correct. What's in the actual community is the same thing you get from his videos. You can, look on his channel, and all of the information in the community is just, I guess you could say, maybe a little better within the packaging. It's nice courses with PDFs and trackers and other things, but it's
He
basically
got
his
me.
videos repackaged, but it's all the same information at the end of the
Sorry,
day.
God, I didn't use your name in vain. I tried to say got me, but I accidentally said something else.
He had some this because he's going to delete it. So, I mean, I think that's pretty manipulative. He's since edited the comment, but here is, this is, and I quote, "This is really sad, Dante. You were a great student. I helped you one-on-one with your mom's passing. I agreed to go on a call with your father. You seem to fit in and love Adonis School so much. He made multiple testimonial videos saying it was great." That's exactly what he said.
Not only was Hamza willing to deflect criticism by weaponizing such an intimate detail of someone's life, but he also saw no issue with sending his viewers after him.
So you got a 27-year-old man framing a 15-year-old kid as the bad guy, and then sending hundreds of thousands, possibly, of his audience to go and talk crap on your name. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me, you know?
And something that's even more sad is that his audience believes it.
On the 4th of August 2024, Hamza would respond to the situation by providing his side of the story. In a video titled "Hamza Responds to the Scammer Video," he'd reveal evidence which displayed that Dante made the video out of bad faith in order to slander his name, providing screenshots showing Dante's testimonials and success within his group, as well as going into just how far he went to support Dante, which included sending him his personal necklace, as well as a handwritten letter.
You know what I did? I didn't send him a DM. I did not send him a DM about this, video that he posted.
Yeah, this weird motherfucker smiling.
And a pen, and I hand wrote him a letter. I took off my necklace that I was wearing in all the videos, or it was a silver one, and I posted it to the US.
Hamza sent me personal gifts, like this necklace and this note.
He says that I never helped him, and he said this multiple times in podcasts that he's went on to try and attack me and my brand. And here's a message from him. "I wanted to express my gratitude for the necklace and the handwritten note you gave me. I haven't taken the necklace off since I got it, and the note genuinely made me tear up. You're a great example of what a leader should be like. Charismatic and selfless. I don't know the word for this, but you do things like writing notes and picking out things for your cult members, your fans."
No.
And there's a picture of you with the necklace.
Thank you, Jesus.
To make matters worse, he also displayed evidence of Dante bragging about the video's performance, which made the entire situation appear as though Dante used and enjoyed Hamza's service, and then turned on him when he could gain some clout or make a profit. But despite this, Hamza still received a lot of criticism. Hamza's inability to notice his own faults and biases had slowly eaten away at his reputation, and it would take a very stern interview with Chris Williamson for him to even begin to see that.
The problem you have there is, as soon as you posit an ideal, you can then compare yourself to that ideal. And if this ends up being wrong, if actually the thing that you need to do...
That gun looks like it has kick in real life. I think it would kick you.
You're like, I don't know, fighting's not for me. And then it's I'm in my dad era, I can't wait to start relationship's gone. The more hard the stake is that you hit into the ground, the more difficult it's going to be to pull.
I chewed on this. Now my hair is growing back thicker and fuller. My balding dad looks like he's growing a forehead 2.0. And I'm starting to worry my pics on social look like beef.
Back out. When Hamza initially started the Adonis movement, he based it on 5 simple values: discipline, humility, presence, gratitude, and leadership. Sadly, Hamza failed to live up to 3 of these values multiple times in his career. Hamza frequently presents his opinions as bold fact that his impressionable audience should emulate, when even he couldn't meet the standards he set. However, it seems Hamza wasn't too far gone to notice his mistakes. In one of his recent videos titled "I Fell Off Self-Improvement," Hamza would acknowledge some of his faults and attempt to own up to them.
Because I'd seen it with, Conor McGregor and athletes and everything. They always discipline themselves in the early days, then they build success, and then they just lose it all because of random mistakes that they made. And I always used to see that and be like, oh yeah, not me, bro, not me. And then I despise myself in this situation, because when you do reach success, it's so easy for everyone who hypes you up for it to get to your head.
Hamza would even try to see things from the perspective of his viewers, and took note of how difficult it would be to watch their favorite creator make easily avoidable mistakes.
And I must say, from your perspective, it must have been annoying as fuck and cringe. They're so fucking cringe to see me make decisions that I didn't even stick to, where I'd randomly flip-flop and change my mind.
Although the video showed Hamza trying to be authentic, the comment section would tell a completely different story. Before Hamza was able to delete it, Regan screenshotted the comment that showed the intentions behind the upload.
As expected, instead of just being a man and owning up to his mistakes, Hamza's ego wouldn't allow that, and he had to play some sort of manipulation game. Unfortunately, he made one lethal mistake, which was forgetting to perception manage in the comments from the get-go. He let his little mask slip off, insulted Dante once again, and lied in the comments, and then later deleted the evidence when he figured out his mistake.
Even after his ego-driven actions had tarnished his reputation, chased away a significant portion of the Adonis School members, and caused his viewership to stagnate,
Hello there and welcome to Go Mining, the most efficient and transparent way to mine Bitcoin without the hassle of setting up a
I
physical
don't need
miner.
that shit.
So, when you look at gaming as a whole, you see an industry that is thriving, succeeding in an industry that is grossing $184 billion just in 2024 alone. But with the success, we're starting to see cracks, major cracks, cracks that are at the foundation of the whole industry. EA getting bought out by private equity is one thing, but Microsoft, on top of that, increasing prices of Game Pass by 50% in a single year, yeah, things are starting to go a little bonkers here. We're seeing widespread studio closures, massive slowdowns in what's being produced or what's not. And this is starting to show that the industry really has recently just been bolstering itself by laying off people.
Yeah, gaming nowadays, shitty titties.
Since they're cutting down on costs, obviously quality is going down too. Is that what I think it is? Is that a... It really stinks. A crash? A game market crash? Yeah, let's talk about it. Over the last decade, we've watched games go from $50 million to produce to now $200 million, just on average. That's the floor, base level, completely average. And that's not even including marketing. But titles like GTA 6 are expected to go past $1 billion to potentially even $2 billion. And this is a single title. This is not including any DLCs. This is not including anything else. This is just to make GTA 6. Because of this massive shift in the amount of money it takes to make a game, we're seeing developers shy away from making games that have some little risk to making games that are risk-free and are guaranteed to make hundreds, millions of dollars every single time they release one of these shitty games. For the people who are listening on headphones and don't actually watch the video for whatever reason because you're at work, a lot of you actually did that for my last video because I saw a lot of work playlists. Those games are FIFA, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Madden, you know, the usuals. And since there's not many fresh ideas and new innovations, we are really starting to run out of gas in the gaming industry. And this has led to us to have very little innovation, very few fresh ideas. And this has led to a complete stagnation of the gaming industry for the most part, at least in the AAA scene. And again, since games cost so much to make, developers want to get their money back. Publishers are saying, put these loot boxes in, put this battle pass in, put these DLCs in. Day one DLCs, they'll buy it, they're stupid enough to buy it. And now you're being forced to buy all this stuff, being hyper-monetized. They really are just trying to extract as much money as they can from these IPs that I just mentioned earlier. And the cost of games being so high is really self-inflicted because look at Red Dead Redemption 2. It has horse testicles that have physics. They move around. Testicle physics. Horse testicle physics. That's what the game has. And do you know how much that probably costs? That probably costs $1,000 right there. So think about how many people had to work on making those testicles have physics and move around like real testicles. And yeah, that's really where all the money is going. It's going to random things that most users are not ever going to even see. Into stuff like making ultra-realistic graphics or making the game feel as realistic as possible. Which obviously increases complexity, and with complexity, since there's so many
I'm getting kind of tired, guys.
now, you're going to get tons of game-breaking bugs and random weird things happening on screen. And so, since they're wasting so much money on so many random things, they have to ask for more money from the consumers. Within this generation, we saw games go from $60 to $70, which is actually 17%. Quite a lot, actually, just to see in one generation. Especially since in the Xbox One, we did not see that same shift. Publishers like to say if you bought a game for $60 in 2005, it'd be worth $107 today, but in reality, that math doesn't exactly hold up because not everyone is making that much more since they were in 2005. The real reality is the average person, the average salary, is making absolutely nothing. $107 for a game would absolutely be atrocious. I don't think anyone would be picking up games anymore for $107. Especially since games have so much monetization in them. If they're $107 and they have this level of monetization, people are not going to be playing games anymore. Not to mention, since basically every single game these days is sold digitally, manufacturing, shipping, and, packaging, all of that is out of the wayside. And all they have to do is sell on a digital storefront. And really, that's not the major cost savings there. The real cost savings is a physical store takes 20% of the sale. So for publishers, that means all there is left is Microsoft's 30% cut, which I'm pretty sure was a 20% cut back when they used to sell in physical stores. So from each sale of each game, you're getting 10% more, just in that alone. And game companies like to insist, hey, buy this day one DLC, the game's broken, it's perfect, go buy it. Yeah, I'm not buying that. You already through digital sales are making way more than you used to. Just give me a break. And the reality of the $70 price point is it's really just could be temporary. This could be just the new baseline, and we could be heading to $80 for some games, or $80 could become the new baseline, and we could be paying $100 for certain games. There's been tons of rumors saying GTA 6 potentially could be above $100 for the starting price. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be like that, but there's still a lot of talk of that potentially happening. And a lot of publishers would absolutely love if Rockstar raised the prices to $100 for GTA 6. Because guess what that means? They can do the same. Assassin's Creed, that could be $100 for that shitty experience you get from Assassin's Creed these days. $100 for that piece of shit. This generation of consoles is the first time we've seen console prices rise like this. Other than niche cases where, market speculation or trading wars, that's really the only time we ever see console prices go up, and it's only in specific regions. During the pandemic, we saw the Switch go up a little bit, but that was only a one-time thing, so I don't know what's going on now. So guess what? Console makers are getting sick and tired of selling their consoles at a loss. They did this really to increase software sales, but, they want their money. They want to rake in as much money as possible, so they thought, let's raise the prices of consoles. Consumers will still consume, right? And they did indeed. But, you might say, yeah, this console generation, these consoles are very powerful, and still at this point of the generation, you really can't build a PC for a better price than the consoles currently. But we are starting to get close to that. And at these prices, since they're increasing them, it's becoming easier and easier to find deals on hardware and build a PC at a price that's similar or even sometimes less than the current generation consoles. I'm looking at you, Microsoft, for that 2 terabyte Xbox Series X. That is atrocious. I can probably build a PC right this second for the same price or lower. Absolutely.
Reddit. Install it now.
I'm not gonna rush in the middle no more.
Be asking, what are those console prices?
That's what I'm doing, bro.
Well, Sony increased the price of the PS5 Disk Drive Edition from $500 to $550, and the PS5 Pro from $700 to $750. And guess what? Obviously, if they do it, someone else has to do it too. And you know who that player is? Drumroll something. Microsoft. Yeah. This October, Microsoft increased the price of the Xbox Series X by $50 to $650. And that's on top of their $100 increase back in May. Yeah, it's really bad. So increasing prices of consoles like this is increasing the barrier of entry for people to get into gaming. People are probably more likely to just buy an Xbox One or PS4 at this point, because why would you buy this console generation? I've already talked about why this console generation is so embarrassing to begin with, mostly because it doesn't have any games. But on top of that, why wouldn't you just buy an Xbox One? You can play Xbox 360 games for the most part, and some original Xbox games. Like, it makes a lot more sense, and the Xbox One X actually looks better than the Xbox Series X sometimes, in some cases when ray tracing is enabled. So just buy an Xbox One X, please. But whatever, subtle plugs to older videos of mine are over. And yeah, you can obviously see they're trying to extract as much money as they can from the consumer here. They want all of that money. They want to rake it into their bank accounts, their deep pockets over at Microsoft, Bill Gates, and that guy, I don't remember his name. They really want all that money. Phil Spencer gets money too, in ways you don't really think of, not cash. But enough of that, whatever the fuck that was. Yeah, they're raking in all the money, and that's why the math is not mathing, because it's not mathing. Console makers are increasing the prices by the day, and consumers want the same price as usual or even lower. They sometimes expect a lower price because, I don't know, historically, consoles went down in price as they aged. The PS3 Slim, the PS3 Super Slim after that, or you can even include the PS3 Fat non-60 gig edition where they dropped PS2 support. Each one of those consoles dropped the price slightly. So at the end of the console generation, consumers who couldn't originally afford the new console could, and they bought it because it was more in their price range for an impulse buy for a Christmas gift. Or they actually could save up for it and buy it at the store. I don't know. Isn't that a brilliant business idea? You know, lower the prices so more people can buy your software? But yeah, they're not doing that anymore. For some reason, they got in their ideas, let's raise the prices. Let's not make a cheaper alternative to the consoles we already have. Screw that. And yeah, it's really stupid. And on top of that, Xbox Game Pass is going up by 50% in a single year. Like, in the last year, it went from $16.99 to, I don't know, $30 basically. Yeah, that's really a good move, Microsoft. Yeah, you seen the Google Trends recently? Up 100%. People searching for how do I cancel Xbox Game Pass. That's up 100%. People are really fucking pissed by this because why would you raise prices by 50%? And this is on top of them raising prices back in July of 2023 from $14.99 to $16.99. And then in July of 2024, they raised prices from $16.99 to $19.99. And yeah, you can guess the rest because I already told you from there in October this year, they raised prices from $19.99 to $30 or $29.99. Buy now. So I guess the first time they increased prices, they really realized, oh, these schmucks, they're just going to keep buying the product. They're going to keep consuming. And yeah, we really did keep consuming. And yeah, they got a little carried away. And in basically a single year time frame, 14 months to be exact, they decided to raise prices because they knew they can get away with it. But luckily, people really are starting to leave in droves because if you know, actually have hobbies, have a life, you know, maybe have a girlfriend, you know, do stuff other than gaming on the Xbox itself, if you own 2 consoles even, Game Pass doesn't make any real sense for people anymore because if you just buy 5 games a year, it makes no sense to have Game Pass, you know, because it costs $30 a month now. And we've seen this before in tech. Netflix did the exact same thing. They increased prices. They just turned the dial until they saw a bunch of consumers leave, and then they turned it back down a little bit. But Microsoft, they turned that dial a little bit, and then they yanked it all the way. And yeah, people are leaving in droves because $30 a month really puts the consumer on the spot to question, is this really worth it? Or should I just buy the games I want to buy, you know, physically? I can always own them. They're my games. I can play them offline, even if there's, you know, maybe a massive EMP that hits the whole planet and there's no more power, but I can use my backup generator to play Minecraft, you know? That's great. You can play Minecraft, even offline, with no power and the internet's out, and yeah, you can do that. But with Game Pass, you can't, because you don't actually own the games. You don't own anything. It's just a, you know, streaming service, basically. It's just like Netflix. I think we could all agree, over the last decade, we've seen plenty of AAA titles released that are just broken, make no sense to buy at launch. A lot of these games take months or years of post-launch patches, and still, sometimes don't even look any better. Like the Skull and Bones flop. That cost $650 million potentially, all the way up to $850 million plus. We don't exactly know how much it costs, but it took them 10 years to develop, and it's still a disaster. Imagine spending $850 million to just score a 59 on Metacritic. It's very disappointing they couldn't have gotten 10 points higher, for obvious reasons. And since many studios, many publishers are very afraid of this fact that they can spend $850 million on a game and it to be a complete flop, they load up their games with massive amounts of microtransactions, day one DLCs, you name it, which further adds on to the quality of the game being completely lackluster sometimes and, you know, waiting on for content because, I don't know, they released the game unfinished and it takes a year for content to even resemble what you would expect from a game. We'll talk about Unity a little bit. Many games these days are really only designed to monopolize the stupidity of some players and spending thousands of dollars on microtransactions. And since publishers know there's some fool willing to pay thousands of dollars sometimes for microtransactions, skins, or whatever, you name it, they are disincentivized to make a good product because they know that fool will basically fund the process of making that game into what it should have been at launch. And that leaves the customers who, you know, don't like to spend thousands of dollars paying $70 to also help aid the process of making the game halfway decent or even to the point where, you know, it should have launched that. Like, think about how effed up it is that we are literally paying companies $70 to make a game. We're not paying companies $70 for their game, we're paying companies $70 to make the game. Does that make any sense? And since they are literally incentivized to be risk averse and put tons of microtransactions in games, the only real feasible way to do that is to have an open...
setup might be the smartest thing you carry all day. The Ridge MagSafe wallet paired with the Ridge Tracker card
for World Game.
I don't have a Ridge wallet. I actually have the extra wallets.
Same old, resulting in titles that feel creatively bankrupt and completely lackluster. The announced upcoming acquisition of EA in 2027 is quite alarming, honestly, and is raising red flags across the board. Not just because of the weird assortment of buyers they have, like Silver Lake, the Saudis, Trump's son-in-law, whatever, we're just gonna ignore that. But really, just because of the massive implications this has for the rest of the industry. This buyout of EA is being fueled by a massive amount of debt. Not to mention, that debt was being transferred to EA. So that means for EA to stay afloat, they must make $2 billion annually. Yes, shareholders do want the most out of the company, but they also do care about the future of the company, because when most people invest, they invest, which means they hold their money in one location for a long period of time. They're not traders. But private equity companies, they want the most out of the company in the short term. So what this means is you're going to see tons of cost cutting, tons of layoffs, tons of studios being closed, tons of studios being sold. So it means anything you like from EA most likely will never be made again, because we're not getting another Titanfall, we're not ever going to get another Mass Effect, we're never going to get another Dead Space. And what they're going to do instead is focus on games like Madden, FIFA, The Sims, games that have proven to make them tons of money. And in those games, you're going to see massive amounts of microtransactions, massive amounts of DLCs. You name it, you're going to see it. You might even see subscription services be gathered. They want to squeeze every last drop of their existing IPs so they can pay off that debt instead of investing in new things. And this is exactly what we saw with Toys R Us. They couldn't invest money back into the business. They couldn't renovate the stores. They couldn't invest in a digital infrastructure and have an online site to sell things. And this led to their demise because Amazon basically took their place in the market. Walmart basically took their place in the market. Even Best Buy took their place in the market. So what we're going to start seeing with EA is they're going to start focusing on things now rather than things later. Everything in the future doesn't matter. What matters now is paying off that debt. Future be damned. So right now, you might be able to smell that same stench I was talking about earlier in the video. EA being taken over by private equity, and Xbox squeezing every last drop out of their consumers. And when you look at the broader sense, we're expecting in 2026 there could be potentially a recession. So what is the first thing people cut? Luxuries. What is gaming? A luxury. So people are going to be focusing on maybe paying their utilities, paying rent, I don't know, paying for food. That's what they're going to be doing. They're for sure not going to be paying $30 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And they're not going to be buying EA games, because screw that. And that's where I'm making the distinction of the 1983 game crash to now, because things are looking pretty similar. In 1983, we saw a rush of low-quality, poorly made games on the market, and today we're kind of seeing the same thing, but in the upper echelon of what should be good. AAA games should be good. That should be the best of the best. That's what you spend the most money on. But AAA games these days are being outcompeted by indie games regularly. Not only just in sales, which most of them don't really ever live up to the same sales AAA games do, but just in love, the amount of interest they get, the amount of interest they garner. And that's where I'm seeing that the ultimate correction will be in AAA games. That will be where the market for games completely dries up and crashes. So to kind of explain what I actually think is going to happen in the future is, well, we're going to have a recession. AAA games are going to become the thing of the past. Hardcore gamers are going to buy indie games, and guess what? There's tons of normies. They're just going to play free-to-play games because they don't have any money. Hardcore gamers might go back to playing retro games too, because used games are probably going to be cheap as well. I don't think we'll ever see to the same extent we saw in 1983, where basically the whole market went down. But it is possible in the near future we will see a lot of harm done to the gaming industry. Any shift in discretionary spending will lead the whole game industry into the fucking toilet. And this is all inflicted by themselves. They insisted in increasing subscription prices. They insisted on making console prices absolutely egregious. And on top of that, they're still shoving horse manure down your throat with microtransactions. So again, I believe normies will save the game market, because if there's a recession, unemployment goes up, more people are going to be playing the Xbox and PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever you have, they're going to play those. And they're not going to play new games, they're going to play what they have, or they're going to play cheap indie games, or they're just going to play free-to-play games with their friends. That is most likely what's going to happen.
6, 7.
if we look back at the 2008 recession, why do you think everyone was playing Halo 3? Because they owned the game already and they wanted to play with their friends because everyone's unemployed. In reality, there was only 10% employment, but you know, that's still a lot of people being at home, stuck at home playing Halo 3. So that really did affect, you know, what games people were playing at the time. But yeah, normies have always been in control of the industry. The whole reason why we're here, the whole reason why we have such massive amounts of bullshit going on is because of them. And I believe they're the only ones who can get us out of this. And it takes something like a recession to do so.
If you thought no selling fees were good, wait until you hear about this. Depop's AI-powered listing tool is the quickest and easiest way to list. Just take a photo, and Depop will handle the rest. Depop's AI generates the descriptions, fills in the details, and even suggests a price. Plus, thanks to Depop's collaboration with PhotoRoom, you can now edit your photos, remove backgrounds, and adjust lighting.
Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Over a month and a half I played this game, hundreds of hours of footage to go through. It took a while, but it's here. Thank you to you guys for supporting. Thank you to G Fuel for continuing to sponsor us. We got Jason, we got Chucky, we got Freddy, Halloween flavors. It goes directly to supporting our show. Use our promo code down below. Grab yourself some. It'll help us out. And yeah, also I had this crazy idea. I met this guy from GeekNationTours.com. He was thinking about throwing an Angry Joe Geek guided tour. So I was wondering, would you go on vacation with us? Like, we're talking expensive, like thousands of dollars. We only need 8 people to make it a reality. We'll go hang out for like 10 days together, visit a country, do activities, play games, visit castles, visit, you know, sightseeing together. We were thinking about renting a bus, and your rooms would be taken care of, and all these activities taken care of. Because that's a lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars. You just align your vacation plans with our vacation plans. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, if you could leave a comment or tweet at me or email the Terrace, who puts together the tours for us, at this email address down below, or email me. We just need, like I said, 8 people, I think, to get it going, and I just think it would be cool to have like this kind of private Angry Joe group. Well, private, we wouldn't invite anybody, and go hang out together and experiencing something together. So let me know if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea or whatever. Just gauge an interest to see how many of you might want to go on vacation together, and in 2024. You know, this is not anytime soon, so don't feel rushed. And I just was kind of curious because I want to get back out there and you know, do some activities together. So thought it would be cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and you're about to meet the most notorious criminal in all of the Starfield universe. Check it out.
Find more than you can imagine at Disc Replay. Pre-owned video games and consoles, movies, electronics, collectibles.
Stay hungry. There's more where that came from. Keep up the pressure. Right, move your ass. Three up, 3 down. Keep going.
Shit.
Take a breath. do this. Three up, three down. Keep going. That's a 4-win streak. Let's see 5. Right, move your ass. They're making us fight for it. Keep at 'em. That's the way. On to the next round. Give 'em a proper English welcome. Two wins down. Keep up the pressure. Seconds. Objective on the field. Go get it. We got the enemy on the objective. 3 up, 3 down. Keep going. Let's do this. That's a 4-win streak. Let's see 5.
I tried to do the secret kill.
came from. We've taken the advantage. Make sure we keep it.